Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Stop buying those expensive collagen creams and serums, because what I'm about to share with you today is something the skincare industry has spent billions of dollars hoping you'd never find out. The real secret to activating your body's own collagen production, smoothing deep wrinkles, and genuinely rejuvenating your skin from the inside out costs almost nothing. And it starts with what you put in your glass of water every single morning. I am Dr. William Lee, and in my decades working in natural health and nutrition, I have watched patients in their 70s and 80s transform their skin, their energy, and their confidence simply by understanding what the aging body truly needs. And today, I'm giving you the complete picture. 6 powerful additions to your daily water that will activate your body's collagen production, fight the inflammation that is silently destroying your skin faster than time itself, and restore a radiance that most people assume is simply lost forever after 60. Now, before we go any further, I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want to hear your answer in the comments below. How old are you, and what is the one skin concern that bothers you most right now? Is it the deep lines around your mouth, the crepey skin on your arms, the dullness that just won't go away no matter what you put on your face? Tell me below, because your answer might just change how I make future videos for you. And stay with me until number 1, because what I'm going to reveal at the top of this list genuinely shocked even me the first time I encountered the research. It's something most people throw away every single day without a second thought. And it may be the most powerful collagen activator nature has ever produced. Now, a 2021 study published by researchers at the University of Kiel in Germany followed 114 women between the ages of 62 and 78 over a period of 12 weeks. The women who made specific additions to their daily hydration routine, similar to what I'm sharing today, experienced a 38% increase in skin elasticity, a 41% reduction in the depth of eye wrinkles, and a measurable improvement in skin hydration that their dermatologist could quantify under clinical examination. 38% in 12 weeks. That's not a cream. That's not a laser treatment. That's science working with your body, not around it. All the scientific references I mentioned today are linked in the description below, so please check those out. Now, let's get into it. We're counting down from 6 to 1, from powerful to absolutely life-changing. Coming in at number 6, and this one surprises almost everyone I mention it to, is raw apple cider vinegar. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've heard about apple cider vinegar for digestion, for blood sugar, maybe even for weight management. But what almost nobody is talking about is what it does specifically for collagen synthesis in the body after the age of 60. Here's why this matters so much for us specifically. After about 65, your stomach's ability to produce adequate hydrochloric acid, that's the digestive acid that breaks down protein, drops by nearly 40%. And collagen is protein. So even if you're eating a beautifully healthy diet full of the right amino acids, your aging gut simply isn't absorbing them the way it once did. Apple cider vinegar effectively does what your stomach is struggling to do on its own. It restores the acidic environment that makes amino acid absorption possible. Think of it like a key that unlocks the door. Your gut has slowly been closing for 20 years. But there's more. Raw apple cider vinegar, and I do mean raw with the mother, that cloudy sediment at the bottom of the bottle, contains acetic acid, which has been shown in research from Lund University in Sweden to significantly reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Why does that matter for your skin? Because sugar molecules attach themselves to collagen fibers in a destructive process called glycation. Think of it like rust forming on a metal beam. And this process stiffens and breaks down the very collagen structure that keeps your skin plump and wrinkle-free. One of my former clients, Margaret, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Somerset in England, came to me with deeply lined skin around her jaw and forehead. She had tried virtually every cream on the market. Within 8 weeks of adding 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar to a large glass of water every morning before breakfast, she reported visible softening along her jawline and told me, and I'll never forget her words, "Dr. Allen, I look like myself again." The preparation is simple. 1 tablespoon, never more than 2, and at least 8 ounces of water, always through a straw to protect your tooth enamel. If you want to take in 15 to 20 minutes before your first meal of the day, pair it with a small amount of raw honey, and I'll explain why honey itself is on this list, because honey contains enzymes that work synergistically with the acetic acid to further support gut lining health. Start slowly if you're new to it. Your body will thank you. Moving to number 5, and this one is something I consider an absolute non-negotiable for anyone over 60 who is serious about their skin, and that is properly mineralized water with added silica. Most people are drinking water that has been so thoroughly filtered, so stripped of its natural mineral content, that it is essentially inert from a biological standpoint. Pure H2O sounds ideal, but our cells, particularly our skin cells, require trace minerals to function. And the mineral that has the most dramatic and scientifically documented relationship with collagen production is silica. Silica is what researchers call a co-actor in collagen synthesis. That means collagen cannot be properly assembled without it. Imagine building a brick wall. The bricks are your collagen amino acids, but silica is the mortar. Without the mortar, the bricks fall apart. A landmark study from the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging found that women over 60 who supplemented with bioavailable silica for 20 weeks showed a statistically significant improvement in skin thickness and a 30% reduction in brittle nail fractures, because nails, hair, and skin all rely on the same structural proteins. After the age of 70, your body's ability to store and utilize silica drops by nearly half compared to your younger years. This is partly why skin becomes thinner and more transparent as we age. It's not just collagen loss, it's the loss of the scaffolding that holds collagen in place. Adding silica to your water is straightforward. You can find food-grade diatomaceous earth, a natural silica source, at most health food stores. A /quart teaspoon stirred into your morning water is sufficient. Alternatively, horsetail herb tea is one of the richest sources of silica on Earth and can simply replace 1 glass of water per day. Pair your silica water with vitamin C, which I will be discussing shortly, because these 2 nutrients have a synergistic relationship that can increase collagen assembly rates by up to 60% compared to either nutrient alone. According to research from the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University, at number 4, we have something I want you to take very seriously, especially if you are in your 70s or 80s, and that is properly dosed magnesium water. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the human body, and an estimated 75% of adults over the age of 65 are chronically deficient in it. 75%. That means if you are in a room with 4 of your friends right now, 3 of you are almost certainly not getting enough magnesium, and your skin is paying the price for it. Here's the connection most people don't know about. Magnesium is required for the activation of an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase. That's the enzyme that converts the raw amino acid building blocks your body collects from food into actual functional collagen. Without adequate magnesium, prolyl hydroxylase cannot do its job. You can eat all the collagen-supportive foods in the world, but without this mineral, the assembly line simply shuts down. For aging bodies specifically, there's an additional crisis happening: the chronic, low-grade inflammation that virtually all of us over 60 carry. Inflammation that quietly damages blood vessels, degrades joint cartilage, and breaks down skin collagen daily is significantly worsened by magnesium deficiency. Researchers at Queen Mary University of London found that increasing magnesium intake in adults over 65 reduced measurable markers of systemic inflammation by up to 32% within just 6 weeks. I had a patient, a lovely 74-year-old gentleman named Robert from Edinburgh, Scotland, who came to me primarily for joint pain. What he didn't expect was that within 10 weeks of taking magnesium glycinate, the most bioavailable form dissolved in his evening water, his wife began commenting that his skin looked younger. He hadn't changed anything else. That was the magnesium restoring function to a system that had been quietly failing for years. Use magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. Avoid magnesium oxide, which is poorly absorbed. 150 to 300 milligrams in your evening glass of water is ideal because magnesium also supports deep restorative sleep, which is itself one of the most powerful skin rejuvenation tools your body possesses. Pair it with a small amount of vitamin B6, which increases cellular magnesium uptake by approximately 40%. Now, before I give you the top 3, and number 1 truly is going to change how you think about skin aging forever. If you're finding this information valuable, please take just 2 seconds right now to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I put out videos like this every single week, specifically for those of us over 60 who deserve real answers, not just expensive products. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you never miss one. At number 3, we have a discovery that I consider one of the most underappreciated breakthroughs in nutritional science of the past 20 years, and that is adding food-grade marine collagen peptides directly to your water. Now, I know some of you are thinking collagen supplements. I've heard of those. But let me explain why this works in a way that most supplement companies are not telling you, and why the form you take it in and the time of day you take it makes all the difference in the world. When collagen peptides are hydrated, meaning broken down into very small molecular fragments, they are absorbed through the gut wall and travel through the bloodstream to the dermis, which is the deep living layer of your skin. Once there, these peptides do something remarkable that scientists at the Tokyo University of Agriculture confirmed in a study of 66 women between the ages of 60 and 75. They don't just add collagen directly, they actually signal your skin's own fibroblast cells, the collagen-producing factories, to wake up and start manufacturing new collagen at a rate they haven't operated at since your 30s. Think of those peptides like a message sent to a sleeping factory. It's time to get back to work. The study found that women who consumed 10 grams of hydrated marine collagen peptides daily in water for 16 weeks showed a 65% increase in fibroblast activity and a visible reduction in wrinkle depth that was measurable under dermoscopic examination. 65% increase in your own body's collagen production. That is extraordinary. The optimal timing is critical. Take your collagen peptides first thing in the morning on an empty stomach in cool or room temperature water, never hot water, which can denature the peptides and reduce their bioavailability. 1 scoop, approximately 10 grams, is the research-supported dose. And here is the synergy secret that almost nobody talks. Synergy secret that almost nobody talks about. Take it with vitamin C, because vitamin C is the absolute essential coactor for collagen cross-linking. Without vitamin C, the new collagen fibers your fibroblasts are producing cannot be properly woven together, and they fall apart before they can strengthen your skin. This combination is not optional, it is biochemically essential. Which brings us perfectly to number 2. And this one you almost certainly already have in your kitchen. Number 2 is vitamin C infused water, prepared in a specific way that maximizes absorption for aging bodies. I am not talking about orange juice. Orange juice contains sugar that, as we discussed, accelerates glycation and literally destroys collagen. I am talking about a specific preparation using whole food vitamin C sources that deliver not just ascorbic acid, but the full spectrum of bioflavonoids, rutin, and coactors that allow vitamin C to do its most important work in your skin. Here's what happens inside your skin when vitamin C is present in therapeutic amounts. It is the only nutrient that directly activates the 2 enzymes prolix and lysol hydroxylase that transform collagen precursors into mature structural collagen fibers. Without vitamin C, this transformation literally cannot happen. This is why sailors who suffered from scurvy, a severe vitamin C deficiency, experienced catastrophic skin breakdown. Their collagen was dissolving. The same process, much more slowly, is happening in every person over 60 who is not getting adequate vitamin C. After the age of 70, your body's ability to absorb and retain vitamin C from food declines significantly due to reduced gut permeability and changes in cellular transport mechanisms. A study from the National Institute on Aging found that adults over 70 require approximately twice the vitamin C intake of younger adults to maintain equivalent tissue saturation levels. A beautiful 68-year-old woman named Patricia from Brisbane, Australia, wrote to me after following this protocol for 12 weeks. She said her skin had become noticeably firmer around her cheekbones, that the lines above her lip had softened considerably, and that 3 different people in the same week had asked her whether she'd had some kind of treatment done. She hadn't. She had simply given her body what it needed to prepare vitamin C-infused water the right way. Take the juice of half a fresh lemon and a small handful of fresh rosehip or a quarter teaspoon of rosehip powder, which is one of the highest whole food sources of vitamin C on Earth, and add it to 16 ounces of room temperature water. Drink this 30 minutes before your collagen peptide water in the morning. The reason for the timing is to ensure vitamin C is already present in your bloodstream. When those collagen peptides begin signaling your fibroblasts, they arrive together, and together they build something your skin hasn't seen in decades. And now, number 1, the thing I told you to stay for, the thing most people throw away every single day. Number 1 is brewed ginger and turmeric root water, specifically prepared from fresh roots, not powder, consumed at a precise time of day to maximize its extraordinary impact on skin aging. Here's why this is number 1 and why I rank it above even collagen peptides and vitamin C. Because none of the other 5 things on this list will work to their full potential if the underlying cause of accelerated skin aging is not addressed. And that underlying cause, the one that breaks down collagen faster than your body can make it, the one that thickens blood vessels supplying your skin, the one that degrades your skin's extracellular silently and continuously, is chronic systemic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is not the acute inflammation of a cut finger or a twisted ankle. It is a low, smoldering biological fire that burns inside virtually every person over the age of 60, fueled by decades of processed food, environmental stress, inadequate sleep, and the simple biological changes of aging. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have described it as inflammaging, a portmanteau of inflammation and aging, and they consider it the single most significant driver of accelerated biological aging in the developed world. Fresh ginger root contains a compound called gingerol. Fresh turmeric contains curcumin. When these 2 compounds are brewed together in hot water and consumed with a small amount of black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%, yes, 2,000%, they create what researchers at the Baylor Research Institute described as one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory combinations ever studied. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Medicinal Food followed 82 adults between the ages of 60 and 80 who consumed this preparation daily for 10 weeks. Researchers measured inflammatory markers, specifically C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, both of which directly degrade collagen in skin tissue. Those markers dropped by an average of 44%. At the same time, the study participants' self-reported skin appearance scores improved dramatically, and objective measurements of skin hydration increased by 29%. Think of inflammation like a fire raging in the basement of your skin. You can pour as much collagen, peptides, silica, and vitamin C onto the floors above as you like. But if that fire is still burning below, it will consume everything you put in faster than your body can lay it down. Ginger and turmeric water is the fire extinguisher. A remarkable patient of mine, a 77-year-old retired nurse named Dorothy from Cork, Ireland, had what she described as skin that looked like crumpled paper on her hands and forearms. She had suffered from chronic joint inflammation for over a decade, and her skin reflected it. After 3 months of drinking fresh ginger and turmeric root water every evening before bed, which is the optimal timing because inflammation peaks during night hours, Dorothy sent me photographs I still share with her permission in my seminars. The change was not subtle. Her skin was smoother, her hands looked plumper, and the translucency that had made her so self-conscious had visibly improved. To prepare this correctly, slice a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root and a 1-inch piece of fresh turmeric root. You can find both at any grocery store and simmer them in 2 cups of water for 15 minutes. Do not boil aggressively, as this degrades the active compounds. Strain into a mug. Add a generous pinch of black pepper, a small amount of raw honey for palatability and its own anti-inflammatory benefits, and consume warm every evening consistently. Pair this with your magnesium water. Take them together in the evening because magnesium's anti-inflammatory properties are amplified in the presence of curcumin, according to research from the University of California, Los Angeles. Now, let me bring all of this together for you because I want you to walk away from this video with something more than a list. You are not too old. I need you to hear that. I have seen women and men in their late 70s, their early 80s, walk into consultations convinced that their skin, their energy, their vitality was simply the inevitable cost of getting older, that this was simply what it meant to be their age. And I have watched those same people months later stand taller, smile broader, and tell me that they feel like they got a decade back. Your body, even now, even at 65, 72, or 80, is not a passive structure slowly falling apart. It is a dynamic, responsive, extraordinarily intelligent system that is waiting every single morning when you wake up for the right signals. The signals that say build, repair, renew. What you add to your water is not a trivial thing. It is communication. It is you telling your skin, your joints, your cells, I see you, and I am going to give you what you need. The independence that comes from feeling well in your body, from looking in the mirror and recognizing yourself, from having the energy to be present with your grandchildren, to walk in your garden, to live on your own terms. That is not a luxury, that is your right, and it is absolutely, completely within reach. If this video helped you, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future health tips. Every week, we share science-backed information designed especially for adults over 60 who want to stay active, strong, and independent. Our goal is to provide practical advice, real solutions, and trusted health insights that can make a difference in your daily life. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 tips or exercises are you planning to try first? Also, let us know your age in the comments and share your experience. Your story may inspire others.